This is Matador News.
And these are today's headlines.
In Hungary, police use water cannons and tear gas to stop refugees.
Leading GOP candidate, Trump says he's ready for tonight's debate.
Feel good about it. Feel really good about it.
That is defensive issue. Swung on and missed, and the Rockies win it in 16.
And the Dodgers lose to the Rockies in a 16-inning, 23-pitcher game.
Welcome to Matador News. I'm Vanessa Cortez.
And I'm Sophia Ashley. 11 Republican presidential candidates are preparing for the second televised debate tonight. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley is the setting for what may be the highest-rated GOP debate in CNN history. Donald Trump is currently taking the lead in every national and early voting state poll.
I've been doing this for 30 years, a lot of preparation, but I feel really good about the debate.
The debate is expected to exceed CNN's previous record of 16.8 million in 1993. Analysts say presidential candidate Donald Trump is the reason for higher ratings. The debate is this evening at 5 on CNN.
Massive crowds of refugees, mostly who are fleeing violence in Syria and the Middle East, are being turned back by Hungarian police. The riot police used tear gas and water cannons at the border after a group of through a barrier, refugees waited for tear gas to clear before rushing to cross the border again. They threw rocks and bottles at the Hungarian forces. Hungary decided to close its borders with Serbia and enforce tough new laws earlier this week, making it illegal to cross. The Prime Minister says that Serbia is a safe country and that refugees are not at risk of war, cannot come into Hungary. Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel says her country will try to absorb as many 800,000 refugees.
A 14-year-old Muslim boy in Texas has been released after he was arrested for showing his teacher a digital clock he'd made from a pencil case. Ahmed Mohammed says police told him he had committed the crime of creating a fake bomb. A photo shows the teenager looking confused and upset as he's being led out of the school in handcuffs earlier this week. An Irving police spokesman says they questioned Ahmed, but he would simply say it was a clock. Police determined the teenager did not intend to harm anyone with the device. He will not be charged.
Flash floods in southern Utah have left 16 dead and 4 missing. The flooding started 2 nights ago with heavy rains catching residents by surprise. 12 of the deaths were in the small Utah border community of Hilldale. The water swept away 2 vehicles carrying both women and children. 20 miles north, 4 were killed by the flash flooding in Zion National Park, while 3 are still missing.
California's Valley Fire is 30% contained as of this morning. Overnight, firefighters battled what is so far the most destructive fire of the year. The fire ignited at 1:30 Saturday afternoon, burning through some 70,000 acres near Middletown. The blaze forced thousands to flee from their homes with no preparation. Evacuee Joyce Ream says the flames came very quickly.
As we came down, there was fire everywhere, and all our houses, our neighbors' houses, friends' houses, everybody's houses are burning up. It's awful.
The fire destroyed almost 600 homes. Rain and expected cooler weather Wednesday should aid firefighters in containing the blaze.
Los Angeles public transit riders will be able to use one Metro-issued tap card on buses, trains, and subways. By March, Metro and Los Angeles Dash buses to all buses agencies will no longer use paper transfers. All of Los Angeles will have paperless transit fare by 2016. Bus fare discounts are available for Los Angeles County bus riders if they use Metro-issued tap cards instead of cash. Metro offers tap cards at discounted rates for students, seniors, and the disabled.
And now let's go to Matador News reporter Glenna Dixon in the Sundial studio with health news.
Thank you, Sophie. I'm sitting here with Dr. Saimir Thano, a staff psychologist in the University Counseling Services Department. So, Dr. Thano, recent studies have shown that there's been a rise in college suicides. About 1 in 3 students have actually admitted to considering suicide or purposely harming themselves. So what are the signs? How can we tell that someone is suicidal or purposely harming themselves?
That's a great question. Thank you for having me here. I feel very happy to be here. While each individual is different and some of the signs may vary depending on individuals, some of the common ones include the individual talking about wanting to end their life, losing interest in activities they once enjoyed. Sometimes history of past suicide or harming themselves can indicate that there may be another incident happening. Also, you notice sometimes individuals selling things that they own. Other times can be them talking about feeling hopeless, helpless, about what's happening in their lives. Sometimes they tend to say that I rather not be here anymore, I don't want to live anymore. So those are some of the things that I would consider listening to and paying attention to if possible.
Okay. And so what can family, friends, peers do to comfort and support these students that may be at risk?
Yeah, definitely. I think what the main thing what's important is taking them seriously. Take those what they say and their behaviors seriously. Talk to them. Taking some time to really be in their present and listen to what they have to say and what's going on is very important. And don't argue with them. Don't try to get them out of what they wanting to do. Listening is very, very important. And also, if you feel like they're in imminent danger of wanting to commit suicide, don't leave their side. Call 911. Let them know that you can walk with them to whatever services they're needing. Encourage them to seek mental health or encourage them to seek any type of help that may be available to them.
Okay. And so does the school offer any type of resources for students for this delicate situation?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm one of the staff psychologists from University Counseling Services, as you introduced me. There is many services that we provide. We provide individual services, we provide group therapy, and we also have urgent care services as well. At any point, if you're feeling like your friend or yourself is feeling like they need immediate help, please walk into our counseling services, and we will meet with you right away.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Back to you, Javier, in the newsroom for more health news.
Thank you, Glenna. The first West Nile virus death in Los Angeles has been reported. The deadly infection killed a San Gabriel man after he contacted the disease last month. The man's name has not been released. There have been 18 confirmed cases of the West Nile virus this year in the U.S. Mosquito bites are the main cause of the West Nile virus, but health officials say 80% of people with the virus never become sick. Symptoms include fever, headaches, nausea, and mild skin rash. The SDC has released a new survey stating 1/3 of children and adolescents eat fast food every day. The National Health Nutrition Examination Survey shows children and teens eat an average of about 12% of their daily calories from fast food. Young adults ages 12 to 19 consume twice the calories daily compared to the young children. Survey found weight and poverty made a very little difference in fast food eating among children and teens. Now here's Desiree with the latest on fast food GMOs.
Thank you, Javier. Fast food restaurants have decided to pay more attention to what goes into their products. Chipotle, Panera, and just to name a few, are among those who decided to promote healthier food options. The National Resources Defense Council has released a report card saying that Panera and Chipotle have mostly done what they promised. Starbucks and Subway, well, are still working on it. I talked to a few CSUN students to see if they really cared about these changes.
I just kind of try not to think about what I'm eating particularly, because it kind of is shady. Like, they just grind everything up and then you're not sure what part of the animal you might be eating.
I do care what I eat, but since it's easier to get this, it's just like simpler.
I don't think it matters to anybody. I probably eat fast food, I think, twice a week. I just try to avoid it because I know it's really bad.
Students looking for a quick fix may not care as much about what goes in their food. Others may care more as they start having health problems. This is Desiree Lopez, back to the studio.
Caitlyn Jenner has filed legal paperwork asking a judge to declare her a woman. Jenner filed the paperwork in LA County Superior Court Tuesday. In the legal documents, Caitlyn is asking for both a name and gender change. Caitlyn says that she has received a lot of support, but she also receives threats of physical harm. Jenner is asking the judge to keep information such as medical history sealed so threats will not escalate. Niecy Nash says the Emmy Awards is in need of more diversity. While Niecy acknowledges that there are more African American nominees than years past, she says diversity is more than just race. Nash would prefer a more inclusive lineup, but is happy with the age range of her fellow nominees. Nash is nominated for her first Emmy this year. Now let's go to Javier with the CSUN women's volleyball.
The CSUN women's volleyball team has been punished. The Matadors self-reported themselves for having an ineligible player on the team last season. The Sundial says the team was stripped 18 of its 19 games by the Big West Conference. The Matadors were 19-9 and had 4 players named to the All-Big West team last season. The CSUN women's soccer team has started the season 6-2. During a 5-game winning streak, the Matadors won games against New Mexico State and Detroit University. CSUN forward Cynthia Sanchez says those wins are accomplishments.
We always go into those games feeling like the underdog, and what we want to do is make a name for ourselves and prove to other teams that we are contenders, we can keep up with you, and we can even beat you guys.
CSUN is on the road this week and against Santa Clara on Friday. The Dodgers and Colorado Rockies played a marathon 16-game inning. The Rockies held a 3-1 lead into the 7th inning, and when the Dodgers tied the game at 3 after an RBI single from left, the Rockies took a 4-3 lead in the top of the 14th inning when DJ LeMahieu hit a single to center. The Dodgers came up big to tie the game at 4 after the infield single by Chris Hazy. Now back to Stephen on the latest on business.
Corona and Budweiser beer creator Anheuser-Busch wants to buy Miller and Peroni. The stock in Miller rose 22%, and investors expect the deal to be $90 billion. The possible combination of these establishments would be at a net worth of $275 billion. The two companies coming together would create a super brewery. Regulators worry the deal that if stiff competition would lead to higher prices for consumers. Nothing official yet. Porsche has introduced its first all-electronic concept car at the Frankfurt Car Show in Germany. The German sports car maker is broadcasting their 4-door Mission E will be able to drive roughly 310 miles on a single charge. The Mission E will be able to hold a longer range than Tesla's Model S. The concept is a push of towards more cars for electric vehicles. The vehicle will offer features like gesture-activated controls, eye tracking, and holographic images around the dashboard. Porsche has also made it very clear to be charged wirelessly. That's all for business. Now back to Vanessa.
Thanks for watching Matador News. I'm Vanessa Cortez.
I'm Javier Cabrera.
I'm Stephen Fassel.
And I'm Sophia Ashley. See you next time.